The biggest thing that you can do is, I know it sounds just simple, is doing the separation drills, doing the drills until they can't get it wrong. I would say that one of the biggest mistakes that players make, coaches make them a little bit too, is that they feel like, I mastered this movement, all right, I'm moving on. And it's like, no, you haven't mastered it. It takes a lot more time and effort to master this movement and this thing. So if I have someone like that and I've worked on it, I would say I haven't worked on it enough. If I have worked on it enough and they're still not getting it, and this happens a lot of times, as a coach, I have to find another way to do it. And for me, one of the biggest things about the hitting vault that I wanted to do was try to create multiple drills to do one movement. And so that this drill might work for your kid, and this drill might not, and vice versa. So for me as a hitting coach, let's say I'm working with you, and you're doing something, and I've got this perfect drill. Here's how we do it. And we do the drill, and you don't get it. And we've worked on it over again, you're not getting it. My job is to figure out, okay, what do I got to do to get you to feel that movement? And honestly, there are times that I've come to practice and say, I know, here's the drill, or let's try it this way. Let's do it like this. And they're probably looking at me like, what? And I'm like, you're the guinea pig. We're going to try it out. Does this work? And I think sometimes we have to do that. So I would just say, one, you haven't done it enough. That would be my go-to. They haven't done it enough. It's really not ingrained in them. And two, I'm taking an internal look at myself. Okay, what am I doing? How am I teaching it in a way that's not getting it? What's the other approach I can take? Maybe it's a different terminology. Like I said, for some hitters, they've come up with all kinds of things. I've asked them, like bow and arrow, shooting the arrow, punching. It's just like you got to come up with some terms that's going to click for them. But the first thing I would do is say, okay, have you really been putting the work in on this? And so I would say you can put blame on me if you want. I can tell you there's a major league player that I worked with that we worked on the separation drill every day. And we were working on this every day, getting it. And he told me, hey, when my wife went to bed and I was standing in the mirror, because she made fun of him a lot, he waited until she went to bed, he would sit there, and he said, I did it for like 15 minutes a day for a week. And I'm like, this person's getting paid more than I'm ever going to get paid to play the sport. Professional athlete, and he's sitting in the mirror working on this over and over again, 15 minutes a day. I'm pretty sure my 12-year-old or my 19-year-old freshman or whoever it is can put in the 15 minutes. I think that we ask players to do something, and if we were to really say, how much time did you spend on that? It's like 2 minutes, and then I asked them 5 minutes. And so a lot of times I like to ask my players, if I asked you to do the separation drill or I asked you to do this drill at home, what do you think is the appropriate amount of time that you would say, all right, I'm bored, I'm done, and you get answers across the board? 1 minute, 5 minutes, 15 minutes. When a kid says 15 minutes, say, okay, today when you get home, and I said, well, check in with your parents tomorrow, or whatever day it is. I want you to time it. Tell me if you actually spent 15 minutes on whatever the thing is, and just get them to really understand the concept of the time and how much time they spend on the thing. So I would just challenge your players a little bit to see and make sure that as coaches, hopefully you guys are giving homework. Hopefully, because if you, and a lot of you are, once a week, twice a week, I'll tell you right now, none of that is being ingrained that you're teaching in that one session. It has to go home, it has to be worked on, and you've got to find fun ways to do it and to be able to follow up on it. If I have a hitter that I worked with only once a week, and they came back next week and I said, how much did you work on it? And they said 0. I mean, I would love to just send them home. Honestly, be like, all right, go home. Like, you wasted both of our time. So you've got to make sure that you really challenge your hitters to actually put the time in. Good question.